So here's a story about Apple. Apple brought out a credit card in about 2019, and it was great fanfare, and just talking about it's looking after privacy and not having a credit card number that could be stolen and so on. But there was a controversy around that because there was this tech entrepreneur, this guy who applied for one of the Apple credit cards, and he and his wife both applied for credit cards, and they both got approved. But to their shock, they found that even though their finances were pretty much exactly the same, he got a credit limit approved, which was 20 times greater than hers, even though their finances were pretty much exactly the same. So the only thing different in the application was the gender. And so they complained to Apple, and Apple said, oh, no, it's probably because she's got a lower credit rating. So they looked up her credit score. She actually had a higher credit rating than her husband, but it turned out that Apple's AI still gave him a 20 times higher credit limit. And so then, of course, again, the story made international headlines. The city of New York actually did an investigation into their Apple's credit card because they are not allowed to discriminate on the basis of gender. And Apple, of course, said, no, we don't discriminate that way. But, of course, the proof of the pudding was in the eating in this case, that there was that evidence. And the other interesting thing about this is that AI bias was in their software that was trying to determine what would be an appropriate credit rating. But the other interesting thing around this is if that story hadn't come out, if that husband and wife had not told their story and coincidentally happened to apply and then found this bias, nobody may have even known about this ever happening. So somebody, like if she applied by herself and she got her credit card, a limit which is pretty low, but still okay, she might have gone, oh, that's okay, I don't mind that. So sometimes there's bias in AI that's very obvious, and sometimes it's not obvious, and yet it can still cause problems.